Joe Russell, better known as Joseph. Wife used to say Joseph, I would say yes ma'am. But anyway, I've enjoyed being in Ruatan for 50 years. We got a 50-year reunion coming up. And I've enjoyed all of it. I don't think I've missed a day, missed a meeting. If I did, I made it up somewhere, so.
What office do you hold, Joe? Or do you hold office now?
Right now, I don't hold office now.
Okay.
I've helped, I think, president 3 times, 3 or 4, I don't remember. Back in earlier days, I turned it over to the younger fellas.
Cool. All right, we're gonna meet some of the members of the Piney Ruatan Club here, and I'm gonna let them tell you who they are.
I'm John Napier. I'm the longtime treasurer of the Ruatan Club. And one thing that I would point out, when this club was first organized, there were 2 or 3 members in the club at that time who were adamant about not allowing any women to join. And once they died off, we got the women to come in. And I would say right now, half our membership is made up of women. We could not exist without them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one other thing too, that is kind of interesting. That Piney used to be a community. And in order to have a community, you have to build around a school, a church, and a meeting place.
Right.
And once TVA came in here and backed up the dam, all that changed.
Right.
The school went away. The churches have split off. And that meeting place, the center of the community, was Harold Giles, Motor Giles store up here, the IGA store.
Right.
And it's been very hard to organize to keep this club going without that sense of community. When we have fish fries, I would say 80% of our people that come in here to support those fish fries, they're Tellico villagers.
Right.
But they will not join. We've had 2 or 3 of them over the years join, but by and large, I think that they came from the north, they came down here, and I didn't come down here to work. I came down here to enjoy my remaining years.
So they support the fundraisers, but they don't want.
They do support us.
Yeah.
There's no doubt we could not make it without them.
Right.
Yeah. In the late 70s, I guess, B.E. Presley got me in, and over the years, I have met some of the finest men and women I would ever hope to meet. People like Carl Fox and Joe Russell and B.E. Presley and Harold Giles and Gid Russell. And it's just been a pleasure for me to work alongside of these people. They're truly outstanding human beings.
Awesome.
Hey y'all, hope you're enjoying the new podcast so far. Look forward to many, many more episodes, and glad that I could be part of the first one. If y'all don't mind, jump over to Pine Life on YouTube, check out some of my hunting content, and as always, God bless.
All right, we got Joe Russell gonna do a little history for us on the Piney Ruatan. What you got, Joe?
July the 12th, 1976, we chartered with approximately 35 members, which some of them is still in the community. Most of them has passed on, went to be with Jesus and their Maker. And I think right now, I'm the only charter member that's left. The president was myself. Vice president was Harold Giles. And the secretary, Clyde Brooks. Motor Giles was treasurer. John Albert Tuck, Wayne Udy, and Billy Presley was board members. Like I said, we had about 35 members. And like I believe I mentioned this before, we had some of them are still in the community around about, still living. Not many, but a few.
Right, and what year was that?
July the 12th, 1976.
76. And where'd this land come from at this
Well,
build on?
this is old school built place, old school down Davis School.
There you go.
Went to school out here for 4 years. I went 4 years at Jackson, and 4 out here, and 4 Loudon. Give them all 4 years. But we lived there on the highway, and Dad and Grandpa traded places. Grandpa on the farm up on Bishop Road. And he and Grandpa traded places. I don't know how it went down. Wasn't none of my business. I just moved. When they said go, we went. So I started in the 5th grade out here at Davis, 5th grade. I remember Ed Estes and some of them got me out there trying to throw a baseball. I was just in 5th grade. But anyway, them was the days. I remember a lot of times out here. Gosh, and when I was in the 7th grade, 1950.
Driveway washed out? Tired of a bumpy yard when you mow your yard? Are you finally ready to build that garage that you've always wanted? Give these guys a call at Unlimited Excavating and Landscape Services. Brandon will be glad to hook you up.
Teacher Kenneth Dutton. I think this was the first teacher that he, school that he had, because he was just 22-year-old, right out of college, and he got drafted in the Korean War. Started, 1950. They sent Miss Williams out here.
Yeah?
She was an older lady, carried a big stick, big old hickory that long, and she'd whoop you like a dog. I mean, she'd get them girls up on the stage and whooping them like that, and they're dressed all flying up, and Lord, nobody laughing.
Now that was here at this school?
Yeah,
Davis?
at Davis School.
Now is this the same building?
No,
Okay.
went towards the school now.
Right.
So it leaked and everything. We had Ruatan out here for what, a year? First met over at Sticky, I think, time or two. Then we moved out here because of the big school, and it was empty, and we thought, well, we'll just meet out
Right.
there. We met for a while, and doggone it leaked there. We couldn't afford to keep it up, so we just sent the county and okay, tear it down. We tore it down, and Leroy Tate, I think, was president that year. And anyway, we tore it down, built this here, and then built some on the backside here later on. And had a lot of, back then we'd done, we were younger, I was about 40-year-old, I guess, and we'd done a lot of cutting wood for people that couldn't afford to cut it for their winter wood, Mowed a lot of yards, put up tobacco. There was a fellow in the hospital, and there come fall time, and his tobacco needed cutting, so we cut it and hung it out in the field, and stacked up out there, and when it dried out, we carried it to the barn, put it in the barn for it.
Yeah.
A lot of things like that we done in Ruatan, and we done a lot of good things good for the good of the community and to help it out and so forth. So
My name's Henry Rogers. I'm on the board of directors. I started same time John did. And I kind of enjoyed the fellowship, the club, especially cleaning off graveyards.
Yep.
Done things for people, built ramps.
I made this statement the other day, that if you want to hear a sermon, go to church. If you want to see a sermon, come out here to this Ruatan Club. that I just, out here at this last board of directors meeting, I am just absolutely astounded about how this group of people will give their time to serve others.
Right.
And if you are a Christian, that's exactly what Jesus Christ taught. Take care of those that can't take care of themselves.
Amen.
And that's what we stand for. Giving people. Always have been. And it's just a blessing for me to come out here and serve along with them.
It's awesome.
Okay, we also done fundraisers, days, best case fundraiser, not a fundraiser, their day of,
Fish fry.
fish fries, their days at the best case party.
Yep.
We done them for several years. And
Hey, you got that big church dinner coming up? Family coming over and friends for a cookout? Call Big Piney Livestock. They got any kind of meat that you want. Carson and Missy be glad to hear from you. Thank you.
Years ago, I guess when I was governor in 1994, Smoky Mountain District, we tried to get women in like John was talking about. We had 2 or 3 older fellas. Oh no, we don't want no women in here. And burn the club. We don't want that. So we didn't get it in. They voted them out. They had enough in to vote them out. So I said, one of these days they will be in here. So it took several years. I don't remember what year. Do you remember, John? What year? And I'm sure glad we got them in here because they have really made this club great. And another thing, Steve there, when him and his group come in, the ones that came in, this club really stepped up again. We come on and got energized again, and we're off and running.
I've often said is going through this club through the years, if this person dies, this club will disintegrate. The first one was Carl Fox. I said, if he leaves us, we're finished. Carl died, we kept on going. Then it was W.B. Coster. I don't see how this club can sustain itself if W.B. leaves. He left, we kept on going. But if this club is to last another 20 years, we're gonna have to get an infusion of youth in here.
Right.
Because us guys ain't gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
Right.
And
we need to rotate
yep, you have to have clubs like this in communities, I think.
Right, to keep a community.
There are people that can't take care of themselves. Somebody's had to take them to the doctor, to the hospital, and mow their yards while they're there.
Right.
That's what we do. When Steve built this horse show, we used to do horse shows, and then about a 10-year gap there, we quit. And then Steve got us back in the horse show business and built the ring out here. We have about 3 horse shows a year. And we could then, when that income started coming in, we could up our giving. And this past year, we gave 4 scholarships worth $500. And we've never been able to give that kind of giving before, but we're on that. Our big fundraisers now are the fish fries, the horse shows, and bingo night, and what else we got?
rodeo.
And the rodeo.
Yeah.
We pull in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to look in to see what all does the Piney Rutan Club do. You guys enlighten us on what this club does for our community.
That I have seen that these posts, that mailbox posts that you see out there with the house number on them, Piney Rutan was the one that started that movement. When they passed the law, you have to have your number because of ambulance service on a post. Piney Rutan introduced that. We've cleaned up people's yards. We've paid for funerals. We are active in the Mile of Dimes to give indigent families a Christmas dinner. We have a blessing box out here outside that is always full of food that that anybody, we don't want people to go hungry. Stop in there and get you a can of soup or whatever.
And anybody can stop in there and get
Anybody
it.
can stop, and it's never locked, it's always open. We put up flags commemorating America's days of importance on the city streets. And we have sent students to camps. We give scholarships. We picked up trash on the roads. We've cleaned up people's yards. We have a friendship kitchen that we take part in every fifth Monday. And tomorrow we will feed 93 shut-ins, elderly and shut-ins. We've had spaghetti suppers. We've had chili suppers. We've had auctions. We have built who knows how many wheelchair ramps throughout the county for people that need built. We built this, that firehouse out there was our deli. We deliver groceries. We put on car shows. Just, if anybody asks us, we have turned very few down.
Right.
If there's a need, we'll go ahead and get it.
Right. So, if somebody in the community that might be watching this don't know nothing about Piney Ridge Tank Club, or they're learning this all stuff for the first time, what all it does for the community, how can they help? How can they help you?
Come in here and join up, and we'll put you to work.
And can they make a donation to the Piney Ridge Tank Club too if they want to?
Sure. And it is absolutely amazing. I take up the money for those fish fries, and when people come in here, let me give you a little extra.
Right.
And it's just, after every horse show, you're over like about $600. These are gifts from the people.
Right.
I don't want to be a member, but I want to help you.
Right.
And they've been very, very generous to us.
Yins do a lot, and we appreciate what Piney Ridge Tank does for the community and what it stands for.
And we make a big contribution for Toys for Tots every Christmas too.
It's great. It's great.
Underprivileged children.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. Yins ought to be proud.
Well, you ought to join us.
I might just do that.
Yeah, we
Now-
should move on.
Now, over the past, you've had a lot of members, like you've even had the sheriff of the county, it's been a member,
Oh, yeah.
and different ones through the years, so you've had a lot of members that's important figures in Loudoun County.
Yeah, we've had undertakers
Yep.
and everything.
Teachers.
Even famous school teachers from Loudoun High School, I've
I'll tell you
heard.
what too, that our fish fries, we've had a U.S. congressman show up and a UT basketball coach show up. So
Yeah.
you never know who's gonna walk through that door.
Now, back in the day, didn't you do something with horses, were you?
Right.
Yeah, St. Jude's Ride-a-thon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, they give them these shots or something, when they used to think they have to have a shot every year or something.
We literally raised thousands of dollars for St. Jude's Children's Hospital with that. ride.
Yeah. The last one I was in, Marshal Andy was
Yeah.
Grand Marshal of it.
Philip Fulmer's been down here to be Grand Marshal, and Lee Greenwood's been down here to be Grand Marshal.
Yeah.
We've had some pretty good talent come down here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story about that St. Jude's Ride-a-thon. Carl Ryder, who was a member of the club, was the organizer of that whole thing. And his son Bernie had borrowed a horse at the Fox Hunters Club, was going to ride him back here. And got down there at the bottom of that hill, the guy had a garden there and had an electric fence about that high off the ground. And that horse got to jumping around. And Bernie finally got him calmed down and looked down, and that wire was running right through that horse's feet. And he said, I knew it was just a matter of time.
Oh,
That
Lord.
horse touched that wire body and ended up over in the corn, I think.
That's good. Now, didn't you used to have a walk-a-thon too? Or was that something different?
Well, that was along with a ride-along. There's a lot of people walking.
Yeah, you could walk.
On Poplar Springs Road, go
Yeah,
down here
yeah.
half a mile and back?
Yeah. Some of them walked all the way around the Fox Hunters Club and all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing we used to do too that I thought was a good thing, that every kid that came through the school system down there, we gave them a dictionary.
Oh, that's
And
neat.
it went on about 5 years, and Ray Hout was the one that was sponsoring that. And
But Ray was,
what a man.
in this club. He was putting them flags up. He'd put them up sometime at midnight in town, like John said there about. We put them up 7 times a year. And Ray would do it a lot of times. There wasn't no traffic in, a good time to do it. He put them up himself. Back then, I think we had about 75 flags. And we're
Can
down.
you imagine the 4th of July in Loudon without a flag flying?
Yeah, I know.
No, you can't.
That-
That's us.
Yep.
That's us.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it.
No.
Yeah, it's just, when you go through Loudon, it looks so pretty with all the flags up. Yep. Alright, so we appreciate these men coming out here and telling us about the Piney Routine Club, and they need new members. They need some young members out here.
Absolutely.
So we need some people to step up in the Piney community and come out here and start helping these guys out. You heard what all they got to do. They got a big list of stuff. They're giving so much back to the community, and they appreciate your support on the fish fries and the horse shows, the rodeo, and all the stuff they do. And they're able to give back to the community from all donations from that. These guys are putting in the hard work. We just need you all to step up and help them out here.
That's right.
We appreciate them, and hope you all enjoyed this, and be watching for the next horse show when it comes up out here, and be Piney Routine has a
18th July.
18th July, and they have a Facebook, and Steve posts it on Facebook, so be watching for it and mark it on your calendars, and we'll see you here at the Piney Routine.